Good afternoon and welcome in to four of the 10-year-old All-Star Little League States right outside the campus of Spring Hill Elementary School. Gabe Leonard and Peyton Calvert on the call for the doubleheader of the 10-year-old Little League State Tournament. Here in the first game is a matchup between Lexington and Goodletsville, the designated home team. As starting lineups, we'll go ahead and present the starting lineups for both teams. Starting off first for Lexington, playing shortstop is Grady Hudson. The center fielder is Griffin Williams, batting second. Batting third is Duncan Gorski. He's the pitcher. Batting fourth, playing catcher, is Clay Ryan. Batting fifth and playing first base is Kason Allen. Batting sixth and playing right field is Cade Reynolds. Wearing number 00 and batting seventh, an extra hitter, Ava Bell. Batting eighth, playing second base, Peyton Jose. Batting ninth and playing third is Neelan Daniels. Batting 10th, playing left field is Paxton Jose. And batting 11th, an extra hitter, Eason Glaze. Now presenting the starting lineups for Goodletsville is Gabe Leonard.
Playing shortstop, batting first is Jack Keaton. Playing third, batting second is Braxton Tuck. Playing first base, batting third is Jace Hernandez. And catching, batting fourth is Knox White. Pitching for Goodlettsville is Xander Evner. Extra hitter, Alex Savage. Another extra hitter, Hudson Turner. Playing right field, Clive Stanton. Another extra hitter, Carson Lowe. Playing second, Miles Hartman. And playing center, Caden Young. And in left is Maxwell Packar.
As both teams warming up, we'll take a quick break and be back with the first pitch. This is the Front Porch Sports Network. Little League Baseball coming up.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
welcome back in to Till Field here at Spring Hill Little League Ballpark, right outside the campus of Spring Hill Elementary School. Gabe Leonard, Peyton Calvert on the call. The first matchup in the winner's bracket of the 10-year-old Little League State Tournament. This game's between Lexington and Goodletsville. The winner of this game will play in the championship game, and the loser will face the winner of the next game, the nightcap, between Columbia and Johnson City. In the nightcap, it is a winner-go-home situation. So both teams going to play their best, as these two teams here will also. As we have the coaches meeting at home plate with the coaches and the umpires. As Lexington will bat first since they are the away team. Lexington in the red uniforms, white pants, white hats. And Goodletsville in the gray jerseys with the blue sleeves, blue pants, and blue hats. As umpires and coaches going over the pregame stuff. First pitch is set at 6 o'clock, as it is 6 o'clock right now, so should be getting started shortly. As leading off for Lexington is the shortstop, Grady Hudson. Last night, Gabe and I covered Columbia and Clarksville, as Columbia won 5-1 last night over Clarksville, sending Clarksville home. And in the nightcap of last night's game, Johnson City and West Knoxville had a terrific game. It was a 3-1 finish where Johnson City came home with a win, as the meeting at the plate disperses and Goodletsville takes their spot in the field. They will warm up. Xander Evener on the mound for Goodletsville to start things off. It's a cloudy day here in Spring Hill, Tennessee. A nice humid 85 degrees, feels like 90. Sun slightly peeking through the clouds, as looks like a storm is a brewing, as the sky has a nice grayish tint to it towards Main Street here in Spring Hill, Tennessee. As long as it stays dry, I think we'll have a good night of baseball, Gabe.
Yes, we will.
As the pitch comes down, catcher throws it down to second. We'll have a gathering at the mound by Goodletsville. And Grady Hudson, the shortstop, will step into the batter's box as this game is about to get underway from Till Field. Winner of this matchup goes to the championship game. Here's the first pitch from Xander. It's a high one, called ball. As the shortstop, Grady Hudson, has a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch goes in and beams him right on the helmet. As Grady Hudson will trot on down to first. Count now for Griffin Williams. Runner on for Lexington, as that pitch comes in outside for ball number 2. Here's the 2-1 offering, swung on and sent high into the trees behind the away team dugout for strike 2, as Williams now faces a 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2 offering. Here's the 3-2 offering. That's inside, and Hudson of Goodletsville. That puts 2 as he takes ball.
That's a pretty big kid right here.
Absolutely it is. He's probably bigger than Gabe here. At the mound between the Goodletsville coach and the infield. As this game did not start off the way that Evner and this Goodletsville team anticipated or hoped, starting off the game with 2 straight walks with Duncan Gorski at the plate. Who's up in the count 1-0. Here's the 1-0 offering, swung on, sent right up the middle to center field. And that's going to load the bases. And the throw home was a bad one. Catcher fumbles it. And Lexington scores off of a wild throw. That was Grady Hudson sliding in there as both Griffin Williams and Duncan Gorski advance the base as the umpire brings back Duncan Gorski.
This kid's even bigger than the last one.
And standing in now for Lexington is Clay Ryan, the catcher. As Lexington leads Goodletsville 1-0 in the top of the first inning with no outs and 2 runners in scoring position for Lexington. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Clay Ryan, the catcher. Here's the 1-0 offering. It's swung on and fouled right back to the catcher for strike 1. 1-1 count now for Clay Ryan. The 1-1 offering was outside. Ryan lays off and takes ball 2. Two and 1 count now for Ryan. That pitch is down the middle for strike 2. That evens the count for Ryan at 2 apiece as Evner's found his groove with 2 on and no outs in the top of the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one bounces at the plate for ball 3. So makes the count full now for the catcher, Clay Ryan. The 3-2 pitch paints the outside corner and sits Clay Ryan down on strikes. The first out of the game is a strikeout for Xander Evner for Goodletsville. So 1 away, runners at second and third for Lexington as the first baseman, Kaysen Allen, steps in for his first plate appearance. As he takes ball outside, makes the count 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. One and 1 count now for Allen. As Evner comes set on the mound, the 1-1 offering is taken outside for ball 2. As there's going to be a meeting between the umpires. Not sure what they're chatting about. They're having a discussion about something. With 2 runners on for Lexington, 1 away in the top of the first, and Lexington leads Goodletsville 1-0. as now all 4 umpires are having a chat. So Goodletsville huddles at the mound. They're going to have a talk. The infield. And Lexington's coach and players. Here's the 2-2 offering. That's outside. It gets away from the catcher. And Goodletsville's going to round third. And there's a play at the plate. And the runner going home is out, trying to steal home. The pitcher, Xander Evner, covered home and tagged out the base runner for Goodletsville. As that was Griffin Williams trying to steal home. And that was a great throw by Knox White, the catcher, to the pitcher covering home to record out number 2. As Duncan Gorski, the pitcher for Lexington, did advance to third. And now Allen has a full count on him, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. It's swung on and fouled straight back. Allen stays alive in his first plate appearance. Two away, runner at third for Lexington. As the 3-2 pitch goes inside, and Allen takes it for ball 4. So that'll put runners at the corners now for Lexington, with Cade Reynolds, the right fielder, making his first plate appearance of the evening. First pitch beams him on the head.
Another one.
As Cade Reynolds will trot down. To first base, and that loads the bases once again for Lexington with 2 away. Stepping in now is an extra hitter, Ava Bell, for Lexington. Looking to do some damage as the first pitch comes in, paints the outside corner for strike 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's low for ball 1. That evens the count at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1 offering. It's taken outside by Bell. Brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike, with the bases loaded for Lexington and 2 away in the top of the first inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's a good one down the middle for strike 2. Ava Bell now facing a 2-2 count with the bases loaded for Lexington. Here's the 2-2 pitch, just a bit outside. And Bell now faces a full count. Xander comes set on the mound. Pitch swung on and sent foul into the away team dugout. That ball had a nice pop off of Ava Bell's bat as she was just late on it. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled off. As this will keep Bell's at-bat alive with the count full and the bases loaded. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Caught her looking for strike number 3. So with the bases loaded, Lexington only able to score 1 run as Xander Evner strikes out Ava Bell for out number 3. But Lexington's able to score a run in the top of the first. That brings your score going into the bottom of the first inning. Lexington 1, Goodletsville 0. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We're here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
Turn right.
Bottom of the first inning here from Tillfield as Goodletsville gets a crack at it after giving up 1 run in the top of the first to Lexington. Leading things off for Goodletsville is number 13 playing shortstop, Jack Keaton. First pitch to Jack is a good one. And that's strike 1. Here's the 0-1 offering. It swung on and fouled into the netting for strike 2. So Duncan Gorski, the pitcher for Lexington, starting things off up in the count 0-2 on Jack Keatron for Goodletsville. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's inside, taken for ball 1. As Keatron steps out, and Lexington's coach comes over to talk to his catcher, Clay Ryan. Looks like he's fixing his gear. Welcome back to Tillfield. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here as Lexington gets the first 2 batters out for Goodletsville. Keatron flew out to center field, and Braxton Tuck grounded out to second base. In for Goodletsville, making his first plate appearance, is Jace Hernandez, the first baseman. As Hernandez is down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs and no runners on base for Goodletsville. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. And out number 3 is Lexington. Puts down the first 3 batters, allowing no hits, no runs, and no runners left on base for Goodletsville. As we head into the top of the second, your score, Lexington 1, Goodletsville 0. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been...
A great catch there by Jack Keatron for Goodletsville. Standing in now for Lexington is Neelan Daniels, the third baseman, as he takes his practice swings and steps into the box. Here's the 0-1 offering. It's put into play, but right back to the pitcher for out number 2. Up next for Lexington is Paxton Jose, the left fielder, making his first plate appearance of the night, as he swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 offering. One's inside, taken by Jose for ball 1. That evens the count at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1 offering. Bit upstairs for ball 2. As Goodletsville has a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, as the 2-1 offering is swung on and fouled straight back by the left fielder Jose. That brings the count to 2-2 with 2 away in the top of the second inning. Pitcher comes set, fires home. Just a bit outside for ball 3. So that brings the count full for Paxton Jose, the left fielder. Here's the 3-2 pitch that's swung on, put into play, sent back to the first baseman, who's going to run over and touch first base. That was a quick 1-2-3 outs for Goodletsville, as Lexington scores no runs and has no hits. Your score going into the bottom of the second inning is Lexington 1, Goodletsville 2. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School, 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Welcome back to Teal Field in the bottom of the second in this matchup between Lexington and Goodletsville in the 10-year-old Little League State Tournament. The winner of this game will advance to the championship, and the loser will play the winner of Columbia and Johnson City. That game will follow this game, as Lexington leads it 1-0 so far. Due up for Goodletsville is the catcher, Knox White. White making his first plate appearance of the night for Goodletsville. Duncan Gorski still on the mound for Lexington, and here comes the pitch to Duncan. That one swung on and missed for strike one. Here's the 0-1 offering from Duncan. That one paints the outside corner for strike two, as White finds himself down 0-2 in the count to start things off in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one is a bit inside. Brushes White off the plate. Will bring the count to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 offering. Swung on and sent foul just down the first base line into right field. Would have been a big one if it would have got down in play. Keeps the count at 1-2 strikes for the catcher White. Here's the 1-2 offering. That one swung on and high and put into play into left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit for White, the catcher. So with one runner on and no outs, in comes Xander Evner, the pitcher for Goodletsville, making his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch, is swung on, and it's a hot one off the bat of Evner, just into foul territory for strike one. As Goodlettsville's coach is having a chat with one of the umpires. He goes back into the dugout. Umpire goes back to first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Evner. Paints the outside corner for strike two. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and it's sent high into right field. And the second baseman tried to make the catch, but it bounced out of his glove. But they will get Knox White at second as he went back to first. But that's going to be a single for Evner after the second baseman for Lexington dropped it. Peyton Jose couldn't grab it, but they still record an out. So with one away, Alex Savage, an extra hitter, steps in for Goodletsville. First pitch gets by the catcher, and Evner steals second, standing up. Savage has 1 ball and no strikes on him. Runner at second for Goodletsville. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike numero uno. That evens the count up at 1 apiece. One and one count now for Savage. That one's high, called ball 2. As Evner tries to steal third, and he does. The throw was in time, but the tag was late. As that was a close play at third there. A gutsy call by Goodletsville's coach to send Evner, and it paid off as Goodletsville puts a runner at third now. And Savage has a 2-1 count, looking to drive in Evner from third.
Really close play there.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike 2. That evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes for Savage. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Brushes Savage off the plate. Was way inside for ball 3. 3-2 count now for Savage. With a runner at third. That pitch is swung on and missed. Savage is going to head down to first as he's out on strikes. So Alex Savage strikes out in his first plate appearance with a runner still at third for Goodletsville. Hudson Turner, extra hitter now for Goodletsville as he takes strike 1 from Duncan Gorski. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's taken outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 offering from Gorski. It's in the dirt. It gets by the catcher as Evner steals home and scores the first run for Goodletsville. As the catcher for Lexington could not stop the ball up, and that's going to score the first run for Goodletsville with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. As Hudson Turner stands in with a 2-1 count with no runners on. As Hudson fouls off the 2-1 pitch. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Turner. Here's the 2-2 offering. I think he tried to go for a breaking ball there, but it never broke, stayed up high for ball 3. The 3-2 count for Turner as he sends it to right field, and that one's fair as Turner rounds first, kind of stumbles. The throw into second is made as Turner is safe at second, standing up on a 2-out double for Hudson Turner, the extra hitter.
What a hit by number 23.
He smacked it for sure. Clive Stanton, the right fielder, stands in now for Goodletsville with 2 away and a runner at second, with the score tied at 1 apiece. First pitch to Stanton is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's swung on, put into play. It's fielded by the third baseman, who makes a bad throw to first, and Clive's going to round first, and a run scores for Goodletsville as Clive is up at second as Hudson Turner rounds third and goes home for the second run for Goodletsville. And now leading the baseball game is Goodletsville in the bottom of the second with 2 away. As Carson Lowe steps in now for Goodletsville. Extra hitter wearing number 15, making his first plate appearance. As he swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back into the net behind home plate for strike 1.
Sometimes all you gotta do is just put the ball in play and stuff happens.
Absolutely right. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. As Gorski thinks about throwing back to second, he just walked Stanton back to the bag. As Gorski comes set and fires home, that ball is swung on and put into play, gets in the gap, and the throw is made to first, but it's a bad one, and another run will score for Goodletsville. As Lowe comes in to second, and Goodletsville puts up another run. Goodletsville leads at 3-1 now with 2 away. Little 2-out magic for Goodletsville. As there will be a meeting at the mound for Lexington. After that double from Lowe. Due up next for Goodletsville is the second baseman, Miles Hartman, when play resumes. As Gorski comes back to his spot on the mound, and Hartman at the plate as that ball gets by the catcher, as Carson Lowe steals third for Goodletsville. Hartman, the second baseman, making his first plate appearance of the night. With the 0-1 count. That one comes in high for ball 2. So 2 away with a runner at third for Goodletsville. As the pitch from Gorski comes in down the middle for strike one. Hartman now with a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's high and inside for ball 3. As Hartman squares around, that ball is outside for ball 4. And now Goodletsville has runners on the corners with 2 away in the bottom of the second. And Caden Young standing in, the center fielder for Goodletsville. Here's the first pitch as Young squared around as a throw back over to third. And Lowe almost tagged out at third. The 1-0 count now for the center fielder Young. That pitch is swung on and put into play. It's hit right back to the first baseman, who's going to scoop it up and get the out at first, but not after a 3-run inning for Goodletsville. They had 1 runner left on, 3 runs scored, and now lead the game 3-1 over Lexington. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Back in the top of the 3rd inning, Lexington up to bat. That's the extra hitter, Eason Glaze, as he watches strike 1 go by. The 0-1 pitch is put into play as the shortstop makes the grab and gets the out for the first out of the 3rd inning. As we go back to the top of the lineup for Lexington, Grady Hudson, the shortstop. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. And Xander Evner still on the mound for Goodletsville. As the 0-1 pitch comes in inside for ball 1. That evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. As the 1-1 pitch paints the outside corner for strike number 2. 1-2 pitch, just a bit outside for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch is outside for ball 3. Grady Hudson, the shortstop, with 1 away, has a 3-2 count. The 3-2 offering swung on and missed as Hudson sat down on strikes for the second out for Goodletsville. Standing in now, the center fielder, Griffin Williams. As Goodletsville is going to make a pitching change as Ebner comes off the mound. And the pitcher will warm up. So as he warms up, we'll take a break. In the top of the third inning, Goodletsville leads Lexington 3-1. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
He shoots, and he scores!
Back in the top of the third, as Goodletsville leads Lexington 3-1. As Lexington, with 2 away, Goodletsville makes a pitching change. Maxwell Pacurar comes in and will be on the mound as number 1 Griffin Williams, a center fielder, up at the plate for Lexington. Pacurar's first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 offering to Williams. That one goes inside for ball 1. That evens the count up at 1 apiece for the center fielder Williams. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just a little outside, ball 2. Two and 1 pitch goes inside and brushes Williams off the plate for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Williams with no runners on and 2 away. As the 3-1 offering is outside for ball 4, and Williams will trot down to first and take his base with 2 away for Lexington. Stepping in now for Lexington is the pitcher Duncan Gorski. First pitch to Gorski is low. As Goodletsville throws over to first to try to get Williams out, but the throw's late. And Williams retreats back to first safely. We go back to Gorski. The 1-0 pitch is inside, ball 2. The 2-1 offering goes inside and doinks Duncan Gorski on the back. So he'll trot on down to first, or slowly walk, should I say, after taking a baseball to the back. That puts 2 runners on for Lexington. And in comes Clay Ryan, the catcher, wearing number 67. As there is a meeting on the mound between Goodletsville in their infield.
This is not what you want to see out of a new pitcher. You want to see him go in, throwing out, so you can hit.
Absolutely, but instead, Lexington now threatens with a runner in scoring position with 2 away. And the cleanup batter at the plate for Lexington. Here's the pitch to Clay, as that one's down but in the zone for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch that's swung on and off the glove of the shortstop, and it bounces into the outfield as 1 run will score for Lexington. Now there's a play at third. Got him. Oh my goodness, what a terrific throw from the center fielder, as number 12, Grady Hudson, got thrown out at third, as 1 run should score for Lexington, as Lexington's coach is not too happy about the play at third. Lexington still scores the run, so that brings the score to Goodletsville 3, Lexington 2, going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back at Till Field in the bottom of the 3rd inning, after Lexington scored 1 run, there was a controversial call at third to end Lexington's at-bat for the 3rd inning, as Duncan Gorski still on the mound for Lexington. Goodletsville leads it 3-2, as the winner will advance to the championship game. Lexington's still warming up. Here at Till Field, as the new pitcher, Maxwell Pacquirar, is going to come in and make his first plate appearance of the night for Goodletsville. Pacquirar started the game off in left field, and then had to come in and relieve Xander Evner. As the bottom of the 3rd inning about to be underway. Here's the first pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 count for Pack-U-Rar. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike one. That evens the count up at 1 apiece. And here comes the 1-1 pitch from Gorski. That one's low for ball two. Brings the count to 2-1. For Pack-U-Rar, wearing number 11. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Painted the outside corner for strike two. That brings the count to 2-2 to start things off in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 offering. Swung on and sent foul straight back into the netting, so that's going to keep the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes for Maxwell Pack-U-Rar. Here's a 2-2 offering from Gorski. Goes inside and brushes Pack-U-Rar off the plate. Makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the first out of the bottom of the third. Pack-U-Rar goes down swinging. As we go back to the top of the lineup for Goodletsville, as the shortstop Jack Keatron comes in with 1 away in the top of the third inning. As Keatron squares around to bunt, that ball paints the outside corner for strike one. 0-1 count for Keatron. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on and sent high just over the shortstop's head, and that's going to get down for a base hit as Jack Keatron opens things up for Goodletsville with a single with 1 away. As Braxton Tuck, the third baseman, will trot on out. And now a meeting at the mound between Lexington's coach and the Lexington infield as Goodletsville leads this game 3-2 in the bottom of the third inning. And it looks like Lexington is going to make a pitch change. So Lexington's going to warm up their new pitcher, number 7, Peyton Jose. No, they disperse, not Jose. That's number 10, Kaysen Allen, the first baseman, coming over to relief Gorski in the bottom of the third with 1 away and 1 runner on for Goodletsville. While Allen warms up, we'll take a break and be right back. The score in the bottom of the third inning is 3-2. Goodletsville on top. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
Back in the bottom of the third with one out as the first baseman, Cason Allen, comes in on the mound for Lexington. Just about to finish warming up. One runner on for Goodletsville. Standing in now is Jace Hernandez as he sends that one high and into right field. That one's down for a base hit as he rounds second. That was Braxton Tuck with a shot out to left field. Correction, it was left field. And Braxton Tuck on second. And Jack Keatron on first. Standing in now is Jace Hernandez, the first baseman for Goodletsville. Here's the pitch to him that goes inside for ball one. Goodletsville up 3-2. One away, two runners on. As that pitch is swung on and hit into right center field, that's going to get down and roll to the fence for a base hit. As two-run will score for Goodletsville off of a 2 RBI double from Jace Hernandez to extend the score to 5-2 over Lexington. So Knox White standing in, the catcher, now for Goodletsville with a runner on second and one away. The first pitch to him off the hand of Allen was a strike, painted the outside corner for strike one. Allen comes set on the mound. As that ball is put into play, deep center field, that one's going to roll to the fence. And coming on home is Jace Hernandez. And standing up at second is Knox White, the catcher. So another RBI double for Goodletsville. This one comes off the bat of Knox White, and that's going to bring the score to 6-2, Goodletsville over Lexington in the bottom of the third inning. Now up for Goodletsville is Xander Evner. Started the game out on the mound. Here's the pitch. That goes inside, gets by the catcher as Knox White is safe stealing third. That's going to put a base runner one base closer to home with one away in the bottom of the third inning. Evner has the 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Allen. That one's outside for ball two. Runner at third for Goodletsville with a 4-run lead in the bottom of the third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. One's outside, ball three for Evner. So 3-0 count now for Xander Evner. Here's the 3-0 offering. And that one gets by the catcher and bounces low for ball 4. So runners on the corners now for Goodletsville, as Xander Evner got walked and is at first base. And Knox White stands at third. And Alex Savage, an extra hitter for Goodletsville, stepping in to hit, but there is a meeting between Lexington's infield and their coach on the mound. So Goodletsville calls their team up, and they're going to have a chat down third baseline as they lead this game 6-2 in the bottom of the third inning. And runners go back to their spots at first and third. Defense comes set. Kason Allen comes set on the mound. And Alex Savage comes in with a chance to put some more runs on the board. Here's the first pitch to Savage as Goodletsville steals second. Xander Evner safe at second. As Savage now has a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and sent into right field. Down the line, and it's just foul. That potentially would have scored two more runs for Goodletsville. As Goodletsville has put up 3 runs thus far in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's outside. It gets past the catcher. Runners stay at second and third for Goodletsville. Two and 1 count for Savage. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That bounces at the plate and gets by the catcher. And he still doesn't know where the ball is at, but it's right at his feet, and he finds it. Throws it back to Allen. We'll go back to the mound. Down in the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike for Savage. Here's the 3-1 offering. That one's inside as Savage gets out of the way. That's going to be ball 4 as the bases are now loaded for Goodletsville. And Hudson Turner, the extra hitter, comes in. He had a great hit earlier on in the game. And Lexington now going to make another pitch change as Kason Allen didn't last that long. As number 17, Neelan Daniels, will come in and take over. And as Daniels warms up, we'll take a break. Goodletsville leads at 6-2 over Lexington in the bottom of the third inning. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Tripp Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby.
Back in Till Field after another pitch change for Lexington as Neelan Daniels comes in with the bases loaded for Goodletsville, and Hudson Turner at the plate with the bases loaded as that pitch goes inside and gets by the catcher. But Goodletsville's content with where they are on the bases, so everyone's going to stay, and that brings the count to 2-0 with one away in the bottom of the third inning. Goodletsville really looking to break this one open as they've scored 3 runs already in the bottom of the third. Trying to pour on some more as that pitch is a good one. Paints the inside corner for strike number 1. So 2-1 count now for Hudson Turner. 2-1 count. That ball is swung on by Turner. Couldn't put the bat on it. Makes it strike 2. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Daniels. That's swung on and sent into right field. That's going to score 1 run as the right fielder goes home. And another run's going to score for Goodletsville as Hudson Turner with the 2 RBI double for Goodletsville. And that brings the score 8-2. Goodletsville on top over Lexington. Clive Stanton, the right fielder, comes in with 1 away and 2 runners on for Goodletsville. Here's the pitch. Goes inside and brushes Clive Stanton off the plate for ball 1. Seems like it doesn't matter who Lexington brings in on the mound. It's just not their day thus far as Daniels' 1-0 pitch trails outside and falls in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Stanton as he sends one down the third base line. That one's fair as the third baseman made a diving attempt, stopped it, but a run scored for Goodletsville. And that's going to be an RBI single for Clive Stanton as Turner advanced to third, and Goodletsville, now with a 9-2 lead, have runners on the corner and only 1 out. Tag him. It was just his body. And now Lexington's coach calls time, and he wants to have a chat with the umpire. If the play stands, Goodletsville still has runners on the corners with 1 out and a 7-run lead in the bottom of the third. The umpire filling in Lexington's coach on what happened. Looked awkward from up here, that's for sure. As Gorski made a terrific effort, dove for the ball on the line as Goodletsville was sending a runner home. He looked like he definitely made contact with the runner, but did he have the ball in his glove? Did the ball hit the Goodletsville runner? Could you tell, Gabe?
No, I could not. Looked like he was in foul territory from here, but
And now the umpires are going to talk it over again. And the play stands as called. It's going to be another run for Goodletsville.
Lexington's head coach not looking too happy about that one.
Not at all. So Carson Lowe, an extra hitter now, at the plate for Goodletsville. With runners on the corners and one away. Nealon Daniels still on the mound for Lexington as he goes over to home. That pitch was a wild one. It got by the catcher and was able to advance Clive Stanton to second. As Lowe squared around to bunt, he pulled it back in time. Now is looking at a 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 offering to Lowe. That pitch to Lowe was high for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Lowe. Two-0 count, swung on and sent foul down the first base line. It's going to bring the count to 2-2 for Carson Lowe, the extra hitter. The 2-1 offering. It's high for ball 3. Three-one count now for Carson Lowe. And that ball swung on and sent high into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases and an RBI. 1 run scores. 2 runs score off the bat of Carson Lowe with a 2-run double. 2 RBI double to tack on 2 more runs and make the score 11-2. Goodletsville on top. 11-2 the score in the bottom of the third with 1 away. And Carson Lowe, the lone man on second. Miles Hartman watches a pitch go high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one swung on and sent into left field down the line, but that's going to fall out of play and foul for strike 1. Most definitely would have scored another run for Goodletsville.
This Goodletsville team really knows how to hit the ball well.
The bats have gotten hot in the bottom of the third for Goodletsville. They've put on a clinic so far. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's high for ball 2. Two-one offering from Daniels. Goes outside for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Hartman, the second baseman. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Goes high as Miles Hartman will take his base on balls as Caden Young, the center fielder, trots over to the plate with 2 runners on and 1 away in the bottom of the third. Goodletsville pouring it on Lexington as they lead it 11-2. Here's the first pitch to Young. It's a good one. Paints the outside corner for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1 for Caden Young. The 0-1 pitch goes high and inside for ball number 1. That brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike.
That dugout's going crazy right now.
As they should. Their bats have gotten hot, and the vibes are all the way up for Goodletsville. Here's the 1-1 offering. That one swung on and sent into the grass and at right field as 1 run's going to come around. Nope. He's going to stay at third as Caden Young, the center fielder, hits a single and loads the bases for Goodletsville as Maxwell Pack-Urar, the new pitcher for Goodletsville, will come out with the bases loaded and try to score some more runs for this Goodletsville team. And Lexington once again going to the mound to make a change in the bottom of the third. While the new pitcher warms up, we'll take a break with him. In the bottom of the third, with 1 away and the bases loaded, Goodletsville leads at 11-2. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Back in the bottom of the third inning with 1 out and another pitcher change for Lexington. With the bases loaded. And Maxwell Pack-Urar is at the plate. Gabe Leonard and Peyton Calvert on the call. As that pitch sails over the head of Pack-Urar. As number 20, the left fielder Paxton Jose comes in on the mound. pitch from Jose is high for ball one. That evens the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering. That ball swung on and sent into center field. The catch is going to be made, but 1 run will score for Goodletsville as Goodletsville tacks on another run to make that 12-2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 away. So it's a terrific catch out in center field by Jose. Moved from second to center and made a great grab. Back at the top of the lineup for Goodletsville is Jack Keatron, the shortstop. He fouls off the first pitch, makes it 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. Tying outside to Keatron, as that evens up the count at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball is high. That brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Goodletsville has poured on 8 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning and now have a commanding 12-2 lead as Jose's pitch goes inside for ball 3. 3-1 count now for the leadoff hitter, Jack Keatron, with 2 on and 2 away for Goodletsville. The 3-1 pitch is outside, and that's going to load the bases once more for Goodletsville. As Braxton Tuck, the 3rd baseman, comes in, looking to keep the hit streak alive for Goodletsville. First pitch is swung on and sent high into center field. Making a diving effort is Jose in center field. And finally, after 8 runs, Goodletsville ends the 3rd inning, but not after Goodletsville scores 8 runs and brings their lead to 12-2. Going into the top of the 4th, this is the Front Porch Sports Network. But we're going to keep it here, folks. We're joined by Katie Gray, a Johnson City fan. How are you doing tonight, Katie?
Good.
So it was a pretty far drive from Johnson City here to Spring Hill, Tennessee. How's your experience been at the state tournament?
Stressful.
Stressful?
Yes.
Okay. So I understand you have a brother that plays for Johnson City?
Yes.
Okay. As Johnson City faces Columbia tonight in an elimination game, are you nervous?
Yes.
You think Johnson City can pull it out?
I think they can.
You think so?
Yes.
All right. Well, Miss Katie, we appreciate you joining us, and we're going to take a break and be back in the top of the 4th inning where Goodletsville is on top over Lexington 12-2. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Columbia Foodland
back at the top of the fourth inning from Teal Field, where Goodletsville put up 8 runs over Lexington and now lead it by 10 by a score of 12-2, and looking to go ahead and stamp their ticket to the championship game in this 10-year-old All-Star State Tournament. Gabe Leonard and Peyton Calvert on the call, as the nightcap will be between Columbia and Johnson City. 2 great teams going to battle it out. Winner, win or go home for the nightcap, as Lexington is up at the plate, going to try to get some runs back, as number 23 Hudson Turner comes in to pitch, and his first pitch is a strike. Oh, 0-1 count now. Here's the pitch. It's low and in the dirt for ball 2. As rain did come down for a moment, but looks like things have cleared up, and we're back to baseball. As that pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2. Makes the count 1-2 for Lexington in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch that's swung on and fouled. That'll keep the count at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 offering. In the dirt. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Cason Allen has 2 strikes on him. Here's the 2-2 offering. Outside. That was actually a 3-2 count, as Cason Allen trots on down to first for a walk. So a leadoff walk for Lexington in the top of the 4th inning. In comes Cade Reynolds, the right fielder, with 1 on, no outs. Here's the pitch, and that's going to beam him right in the back. So that's going to put 2 runners on for Lexington. Standing in now for Lexington with 2 on and no outs is Ava Bell. And there is a meeting on the mound, as Lexington's coach is chatting things over with his infield and his pitcher, as he pulls Hudson Turner, who pitched 2 batters, looks over to third, and they're going to pull the third baseman off, and he's going to come and pitch. So while he warms up, we'll take a break. Goodletsville on top of Lexington, 12-2 in the top of the 4th. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Back in the top of the fourth, no outs. 2 runners on for Lexington as number 40 comes in to pitch. That's Knox White for Goodletsville as he throws his first pitch as a strike to Ava Bell for 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch is low for a ball 1. 1-1 count now for Bell. That pitch is swung on and put into play, sent to the first baseman who's going to make the throw over to second. That one's in time to record the first out. But 1 runner will advance to third for Lexington. And Bell is at first. So runners on the corner for Lexington with 1 away in the top of the fourth inning. Peyton Jose stands in now. Here's the pitch to Jose. That one's put into place as the shortstop makes a diving grab, throws it to second, and is not in time. It looked like it was here, and 1 run scores for Lexington. Wow. Throws it to second and is not in time. Lexington it looked like it was here, and 1 run brings the score to 12-3 for Lexington. And now there's a meeting between the umpires. And Nealon Davis is at the plate. 2 runners on, 1 away in the top of the fourth inning. We got some cheering for the Goodletsville side as play resumes. As Nealon puts the ball into play, sends it to the shortstop who comes up throwing. He's going to get the out at first. And we got some cheering for the Goodletsville side. Ava Bell as play resumes to third. As Nealon puts the ball into play, sends it to the shortstop who comes up throwing. To second with 2 away. With Lexington down 12-3. As Knox White's pitch comes in high to Paxton Jose. The 1-1 pitch. The count is now 1-1 after the 1-0 pitch from Knox. The 1-1 offering's high. That makes it ball 2. 2-1 count now for Jose. The 2-1 offering is taken for a ball. That brings the count to 3-1. The 3-1 pitch swung on and sent foul off the bat of Paxton Jose. And that brings the count full 3-2. 2 runners on for Lexington. 12-3 is the score in the top of the fourth. as the 3-2 pitch goes inside for ball 4, as Paxton Jose will trot on down to first base and take his base at first there and load the bases for Lexington. And now Goodletsville's coach comes out to the mound with the bases loaded, 2 away in the top of the 4th. Goodletsville leading Lexington 12-3 as the huddle disperses and Knox White takes his place on the rubber. Here's the pitch from White. It's high and ball 1 for Easton Glaze. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-0 count. Bases loaded for Lexington. 2 away in the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Brings a count to 2 balls, 1 strike for Easton Glaze. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's swung on and fouled straight back to the catcher. That's going to even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gabe, we should be approaching a run rule if I'm not mistaken. Do you know the rule on that?
Well, all Goodlettsville's got to go in. They just got to get this out, go in, and get it.
Lexington puts a ball into play and scores 1 run.
Well, now they got to score 2 more.
As Goodlettsville leads Lexington by a score of 12-4 after Easton Glaze hits an RBI single and the bases remain loaded. And we're back at the top of the lineup for Lexington with Grady Hudson, the shortstop, has a chance to bring his team back. That first pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1, as Hudson really wanting to get a hit here and help his team. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside for ball 1.
From here, that looks like a strike, but, you know.
It's definitely a close call. Evens the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch paints the outside corner for strike 2. Grady Hudson, the shortstop, has 2 strikes on him, bases loaded. Lexington, him and his team trail 12-4, and that pitch just a bit outside for ball number 2. Evens the count at 2-2 for Hudson. Here's a 2-2 offering. Paints the outside corner for strike number 3. And is that ball game, Gabriel?
No, Goodlettsville will have to score 2 more runs, and then ball game should be called.
As Lexington tacks on 2 runs to bring the score to 12-4, heading into the bottom of the 4th. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Back in the bottom of the 4th inning where Goodlettsville leads Lexington 12-4 after a one-run inning from Lexington. We're approaching the mercy rule. It's 10 after 4, and Goodletsville is 2 runs away from the 10 after 4 mercy rule. Lexington really trying to hold strong defensively so that doesn't happen. With Lexington's had several pitcher changes in this ball game. Looks like the catcher Knox White. No, it's Jace Hernandez, the first baseman, up at the plate for Goodletsville. Hernandez leads things off for Goodletsville. There's the pitch that's way outside off the hands of number 28 from Lexington. The 1-0 pitch is high and brings the count ball 2. Brings the count to 2 balls, no strikes for Hernandez in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and sent down the third base line, but lands foul. One and two count, 2-1 count now for Hernandez. Here's the 2-1 offering. It's outside for ball 3. And in center field for Lexington, we have a break dancer, Peyton Jose, tearing it up out there.
He is busting it down.
He is. 3-1 count. There's the pitch. It's swung on and put into play, sent to the shortstop. Can't grab it. And Jace Hernandez will get on base after tearing it up out there. The shortstop, Grady Hudson, couldn't come up with the ball. He is. And that's going to put 3-1 Hernandez at first base. There's the pitch. It's swung on and put into play, sent to the shortstop. Can't grab it for Goodletsville. Knox White, the catcher, standing in. First offering to White is a ball outside. Brings the count to 1-0. Here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on and sent into left field. And making the grab in left field is Ava Bell with a terrific grab. Bell said, "Nay, nay, nay, not today," and records the first out for Lexington. Xander Evner steps in for Goodletsville. That pitch is outside, called ball. One out, one runner on for Goodletsville. And Evner at the plate with a 2-0 count now after that last pitch was outside. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Evner. Way high for ball 3. 3-0 count now for Evner with one runner on for Goodletsville. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's high as Evner will trot on down to first. And White will come over to second. No, that checked that. Hernandez will come over to second. And Alex Savage, the extra hitter for Goodletsville, is coming up at the plate. But not before we have another Lexington pitch change. It's probably pitcher number 6 of the night. Number 16 for Lexington. That's Eason Glaze coming in, warming up. As Glaze warms up, we'll take a break as Goodletsville leads at 12-4 in the bottom of the fourth. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Back in the bottom of the fourth at Till Field, where Goodletsville leads Lexington 12-4. Lexington really needing to record some ounces. They go to another pitcher. That was Eason Glaze on the mound now. With one away. Goodletsville 2 runs away from the mercy rule. As that pitch is outside, gets past the catcher, both runners advance. Alex Savage at the plate takes ball 1. He's got a 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 offering. It's inside, gets by the catcher, and Hernandez is stealing home as he's safely there for the 13th run for Goodletsville. And Evner advanced to third. With 1 away, bottom of the fourth, 2-0 count for Savage.
Need 1 run right here. Need 1.
1 run to send Goodletsville to the finals of the state tournament here from Spring Hill Little League Park. Here's the 3-0 offering, is inside for ball number 3. And now with a 3-0 count on Savage, we'll see what he does. The 3-0 offering was low. He'll trot on down to first to put runners on the corners for Goodletsville. And Hudson Turner coming in with 2 on, 1 away, bottom of the fourth, and a 13-4 lead. Goodletsville's 1 run away from stamping their ticket to the finals. Here's the pitch to Turner. That one paints the outside corner for strike 1. It's a great pitch from Glaze. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one's sent out, put into play in center field. A run scores. That's Evner for Goodletsville from Glaze. That will bring the score to 14-4. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one's sent out, put into play in center field. Is headed to the finals after a walk-off single by Hudson Turner to end the game with a score of 14-4. Goodletsville over Lexington. Once again, Goodletsville wins it 14-4 over Lexington and will play in the finals. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's almost time for the nightcap. An elimination game between the Columbia All-Stars and the Johnson City All-Stars. We'll be bringing you that coverage as well. But while we wait for the teams to warm up, we'll take a break and play some ads. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.